Hi, I'm Warren from Contemporary Mystics, and welcome to my medium to explore contemplative spiritual insights that I trust will enrich and enliven your own experience of divine consciousness within. There's a tale about a girl who was born blind. She had a loving boyfriend who was always there for her. One day he asked her to marry him. However, she couldn't resolve the fact that she was blind and said, "I'll only marry you when I can see." And so it happened that a short time later, someone donated a pair of eyes to this girl. Well, after the operation, she could see everything. She was overjoyed. Yet when she saw her boyfriend, she noticed that he was also blind, and so turned down his proposal. He, of course, was heartbroken, and so wrote her a letter saying, "I've always loved you for who you are, even when you were blind. I hope you find true happiness, and please take good care of my eyes." Today I'd like to look at this phenomenon we call love. To our modern mind, love is often associated with feelings of affection, attraction, bonding, caring, connection, devotion, desire, giving. And while these describe some of what we do attribute to love, the mystics see the phenomenon of love from a divine and cosmic level. They recognize love as the essence of life and the reason of our existence, because love is the very name of God. Love to them revealed God's intrinsic nature and the continuous self-revelation of God's very eternal and infinite self being revealed to us. The 12th century Sufi poet Iraqi defined love as the unknowable essence of God, the origin of everything. Nothing in the universe truly exists except love. And St. John the Beloved, one of Jesus' 12, succinctly said, "God is love." To the mystics, love is the essential energy behind our human consciousness and evolution. It is the most powerful and mysterious force in the universe, the power of which is largely hidden to the majority of us humans because we have forgotten that God is love itself. The Jesuit priest, scientist, theologian, and mystic Pierre Teilhard de Chardin said, "The physical structure of the universe is love. To him, love is the most universal and fundamental energy of life," which he called love energy. In every element of creation, from subatomic particles to human beings, God has planted an irresistible force of consciousness that attracts and connects to all things and all being. To Teilhard, this evolutionary law of love is called God's love project, which ultimately culminates in what he called the Omega point, where all of creation is in one loving union, fully conscious and fully alive within the fullness of divine love. I think many don't experience this eternal truth of God's love energy because, simply speaking, they get sidetracked in the attachments to the external and material things and pursuits of life, which they superficially believe will give them life. I also think that religion has a lot to answer for, because it often presents an image of God that is judgmental, that is punitive and performance-orientated, which of course is counter to the God that Jesus himself fully revealed as love itself. To the mystics, God being love doesn't mean that God dispenses love like a commodity. Love is who God is. Love is the very essence of the being of God. It is the self-revelation of the nature of God as relationship itself. This is what I believe it means to be created in the image and likeness of God. We're entirely relational beings and are here to discover and participate in this mysterious wonder of living in love itself. God is love, so we cannot love apart from God. And whenever we act in loving ways, we are in fact, in that very moment, expressing the very nature and presence of God. Love then in its many forms and contexts is inseparable to God. You cannot love apart from God. There isn't a religious or non-religious way of loving. There isn't a Christian, Buddhist, Islamic, Hindu, or native spiritual way of loving. As Scott Peck says, love is as love does. Love is the intention and action and is what is expressed in all loving acts. Thomas Merton said, "To say I am made in the image of God is to say that love is the reason of my existence, for God is love. Love is my identity. Selflessness is my true self. Love is my true character. Love is my name." Every time we act in love, we're expressing our true transcendent nature, and at that moment we are denying our small egocentric self. We are allowing the very nature of God to be expressed in and through us and are an agent of divine transformation in the world. In our deep connection and union of love, we can truly recognize who we are meant to be, and that love is the only way to personal and universal contentment, satisfaction, fulfillment, wholeness, and completeness. Thanks for tuning in today. Let me know how this resonates with you. Next time we'll continue our reflection on divine love. Until then, have a truly inspired week.